Welcome back, everybody. My name is Blue Jay, and first things first, this is the first video released since we hit 100 subscribers on my channel. Wow, guys, I am so speechless and so blown away at the support that you've given me over the last 3 months since I started this channel, and I'm just amazed. I just want to say thank you, and that's what this whole episode is going to be about. It's about appreciating you guys because, you know, it's fun to play Minecraft and it's fun to make videos, but it's even more fun to know that people are enjoying the content that I create enough to subscribe and enough to watch and enough to leave comments, and that's kind of why I'm putting this episode together today, is to appreciate a couple of my subscribers who have been here since the beginning, since the first video was released, and who have stuck with it and commented, and I'm talking about more than just like, hey, great job. They give suggestions and they give feedback on what they've seen on my channel, and I really want to acknowledge people who have been really supportive and active on my channel. Now, if you think that's you and you're not mentioned in this video, do not lose heart. Keep with it, keep commenting, keep leaving suggestions, and over time, I'm going to keep on appreciating. I can only do a couple at a time because this video would be multiple hours, but we don't have that time. So we're going to start with 2 for today, and I will do this some more over the course of this series. Let's get started. So the way that we are going to appreciate these 2 subscribers today is we're going to start building a subscriber village. Now, I know this idea has probably been done before, but I think it's a really cool, visual of how the channel is progressing and growing. As the channel grows, so does the village, and I think that's pretty cool. So that's my vision for this. We're going to continue to build and build and build upon this village as the channel continues to grow. So the first person that we are going to acknowledge today has been commenting on my videos since the very first one, and his name is Steven Yeager. And what we're going to do here is both of these guys that I'm going to acknowledge, the first one is Steven, we are going to build a house made out of some of their favorite blocks. I sent them a private message before I made this video, and we're going to see if we can make that happen. Now, there were some suggestions like, prismarine or sea lanterns, but we have not conquered an ocean monument just yet. So those are things that I cannot do just yet until a little bit later in the series. But both of these guys said that they really liked nether bricks, and Steven in particular said he liked quartz and things like that. So we're going to try to make that happen. And you're saying, hey, this is neither nether brick nor quartz. That's spruce logs that you're throwing down there, Blue Jay. Yes, so it's going to be some accent stuff. It's not going to be the entire build. I've got a really cool idea in mind for this, and let me tell you about it. Whenever Steven leaves comments on my videos, he tends to leave some feedback about the video that he just watched, some things that he liked, some things that he didn't like, or would have done differently, and stuff like that. Oops, there's a tree in the way. We're going to have to take care of that. We'll do that here in just a minute. But he leaves all of these constructive comments that help me to realize, hey, this is something I could have tried differently, and maybe I can do that different in another build. But the biggest thing that he suggests most of the time is that he would like to see me go adventuring, like caving and mining and going exploring for new biomes and going to the nether and going to the end and all of those kinds of videos. Adventuring is kind of the thing that he sticks around for. Yes, he likes the other kinds of videos, but when I release an adventuring video, that's like hitting the sweet spot. So this is kind of the idea that I'm going for, is we're going to build a house that kind of mimics this idea of adventuring. And so when I think of adventuring, you think like frontier and, logs and stone and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing here. We're building a house with logs and stone, and we're going to include his favorite couple of blocks of nether brick and quartz. And we'll get to that a little bit later. As we continue to build Steven's house here, I want to also mention that I want to acknowledge every subscriber in this video that I can. Even if you're not getting a house today, it could still happen in the future. But one of the ways that I want to acknowledge you guys is by answering some frequently asked questions. When I get comments on my videos, sometimes it's pertaining to the video specifically, and sometimes it's pertaining to my channel, and sometimes it's just a random question that you guys want answered. So I think the best way that I can do that is to answer those here. So I'm going to be doing that during this video as well. I also want to mention, while I'm continuing to build here with these quartz stairs, adding some accent here to the wall, that this video is probably going to be out about 5 or 6 days after the previous release, and I'm predicting that now because it took me 2.5 nights of playing in my creative testing world to come up with these 2 house designs. Sometimes builds just come real quick and I can come up with ideas, in a few hours, and sometimes I just get mental creative block and nothing happens. And that's kind of happened this week. While I tried to think of these 2 houses, I was just like hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So it took me a little while, but I finally got 2 designs that I really like. And we're going to build those in this episode today. As you can see, we're already doing one. And I apologize for the delay in this video, because I know it's taken a lot longer than I would have liked to release it. But here it is. So the next thing we're going to work on for Steven's house is his roof. You got to have a roof over your head when you're going to live in a house. And we're going to use stone brick stairs to make a border. And then we're going to line the inside of the roof with some nether brick stairs, and it's going to look pretty cool. I really like the design in my testing world, and I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out nice here as well. So while we're doing this, the first frequently asked question that I want to answer is, will you have a world download? This question comes up almost every video release now. It was pretty sporadic early on, but now that I think this is the 18th video. Now that we're on 18 videos, I get this question all the time. Are you going to have a world download? The answer is yes. And I've answered this comment, individually on every comment that comes in. But for anybody who's wondering, that's watching this right now, that hasn't asked that question yet, the answer is yes. And here is when the world download is coming. This is episode 18. We're going to do one more episode of probably building after this. We're going to build one more thing for our base, which I have yet to determine. I've got a couple ideas, but I haven't decided. We're going to build one more thing for our base, and then episode 20 is going to be our world tour and world download day. So that's coming probably within the next week to week and a half, depending on how quickly I can put out 2 more videos after this one. So stay tuned for that. A world download is coming. So now that we've got our frame in place, we're going to start placing down our nether brick stairs, and look at the sky. It's raining. It literally just started raining right when I pushed record. Go figure. That would happen. That's okay though. We'll keep going. Like I said a few minutes ago, it took me quite a bit of time to figure out good designs for these couple of houses, and the biggest reason for that is because I haven't done a ton of building with nether brick, nether materials, quartz, that kind of stuff. And quartz you have to use a little bit sparingly, because unless it's, supposed to be really, really bright white texture, it can get a little overwhelming pretty quickly. So yeah, it was a little difficult trying to find the right balance with the right colors and the right textures that complement each other, and this is the design that I've come up with that I'm pretty happy with. I think there's a good contrast between dark materials and light materials that really display each block in the way that it's supposed to be. So while we're doing this, let me answer another question. The next biggest question that I get on my comment section is, what do you use to record? Now, that's a bit of a fluid question here, at least at this moment, because I'm about to change up how I record and edit my videos. For the moment, and what I've been doing so far, just so you know, is I link my iPhone, so I use an iPhone to play Minecraft Pocket Edition. I use the iPhone, and I link that to my MacBook. and I open up QuickTime Player and I do a screen record. And in the options for that, you can select to record your iPhone screen, and it will also record the game audio. So you get really high quality video and audio just from, using a USB cable to a computer. So if you have a MacBook, that's the way that I would recommend recording your gameplay. Now, I record my voiceover using GarageBand, and right now I'm using a digital reference condenser mic. It's kind of a beginner mic. I've had it for quite a long time, but it does the job, at least for now. As the channel continues to grow and I get a little bit more serious about this, I might upgrade that aspect of my gear, but it sounds pretty good for now. I get really clear audio for my voiceovers and great volume and no clipping and no distortion and no fuzzy feedback kind of stuff. So that's what I use for my recording of my voiceover into GarageBand on my computer. And then for the moment, I've been using iMovie on my iPhone to compile all of that together and, create the whole video experience. So I sync it up, line it up, put all the transitions in, put all the background music from the intros and the outros and all of that stuff. That's what I use for right now. Like I said, I'm probably about to switch up how I do my video editing process. At least the recording process will probably be the same, but the editing process is probably going to change because I do actually own Adobe Creative Suite. I used to do graphic design for the church that I used to work for a few years ago, and then when I started at a new position, I wasn't doing graphic design anymore. So I haven't really used it for a while. It has not been on my computer, but I recently reinstalled it since I've become, interested in doing this whole YouTube thing. So I've got Photoshop and I've got Premiere Pro and After Effects and all of those things that, you would need for editing really high quality videos. And I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job with what I've been using, but I think that can just help take it to the next level. So to answer that question, right now I'm using all the Apple stuff, and in the future I'll probably use Adobe Creative Suite just to tighten it up a little bit, make it a little bit better, and a little bit more consistent from, video to video. So I hope that answers your question on what do I use to record. So now we've got the entire exterior of Steven's house finished. It is good to go, and we're going to start digging out the inside here because we need to put the floor down, and then we need to decorate the inside. So while I'm digging out this grass, let me answer another question that you guys have for me. And the question is, do you play any other versions of Minecraft? Specifically, do you play PC Minecraft? So let me answer both of those questions a little bit differently. Yes and no. So I have Minecraft Console Edition for the Xbox One, and I've played a little bit here and there. I haven't touched it for quite a while because I've spent most of my time playing Minecraft on the Pocket Edition. I just like it better. I can take my worlds with me. I can play it wherever I go. I'm a little bit more limited now because when I play, I'm usually recording unless I'm doing a mining session or, gathering levels or things like that I can do off camera that don't need to be recorded. But I just like the idea of being able to take Minecraft with me, and the console versions don't really allow that, except for the Nintendo Switch that just came out, and I don't have a Nintendo Switch, which I'm not really interested in buying one. I don't play a ton of console games except for like Battlefront and Destiny, if you guys have ever heard of those two games. Those are the ones that I mainly play on console, but beyond that, I usually play Minecraft Pocket Edition on my phone. So, yes, I do play it. I have played it. It hasn't been for a while. But the other side of that is PC. I have not played Minecraft PC. Main reason for that is I don't have a computer that's really capable of handling Minecraft PC. My MacBook is a little bit older, and I just don't think it would handle the game very well. At least not to the extent that my phone can handle Pocket Edition, and I just don't want to deal with low frame rates and freezing and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's a great version of the game, but here's the other flip side of that. I'm doing YouTube now, and my focus is on Pocket Edition for the main reason that there are 1,000 YouTubers out there recording PC Minecraft, specifically Let's Plays, but there aren't very many Pocket Edition Let's Plays. I know Dallas Med does one, Jack Frost Miner used to do one, Echo Soldier does like a live stream style Let's Play. It's not edited or, jump cuts or anything like that. It's a complete live stream. Beyond that, I don't know of any other YouTubers that are doing a ton of Let's Play style videos like I'm doing for Pocket Edition. So I feel like my videos could stand out a little bit better on Pocket Edition than they would on PC. So I'm just not super interested in doing that right now. I'm not completely opposed to it in the future if the circumstance is right, but for now, I'm going to stick with Pocket Edition. I'm going to stick with what I know, what I'm good at, and what I think will be, well received on YouTube for the moment. One of the last things that we need to do before this house is finished is decorate the interior, and we're going to start over... Which side should we start on? Let's start on the left. We're going to make a kitchen table, oops, that's the wrong direction, a kitchen table and chair set so that when Steven is home from his adventuring, he can come in, have a place to relax, have a place to sit down, have a bite to eat, and fuel up to get back out on some more adventures. So there we go, kitchen table and chairs. The next thing we're going to build is a stove, because you got to have a stove and a countertop for when you come back from your adventuring. You've, caught some chickens and you've got some cows and different things that provide food for you, and you got to have a place to cook them up. You also need some storage, and it's also nice to have some bookshelves because, you can read up on all of the great places to go adventuring, find some, travel maps and travel guides and all of those things on your bookshelf so you can be on your way. And then you got to have a place to sleep because, after doing all of that adventuring, you're going to get tired and you need to put your feet up and relax and all of that kind of stuff. The last thing I want to do is for each subscriber house, just because I want to appreciate you guys, I'm going to have a gift for each subscriber. And that gift is going to have to do with the theme of their house. And because this is adventuring, let's run over here and I'll show you what the gift is going to be. I've got, where is it at? An ender chest for one. Everybody needs an ender chest, so every subscriber is going to get one of those. And oh yeah, I forgot. The gift is actually in the ender chest. So let me run back in here and throw that down on the ground, and I'll show you what we're going to give Steven for his subscriber house gift. We are going to give Steven some iron horse armor, a diamond sword, and a saddle. And we're going to throw those up on these item frames so he can display them for everybody to see. Perfect. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. One last thing that we need to do, we need to go inside here and place down some torches for lighting. Torches are a really good source of light when you go on an adventure because they're really cheap to make and you can carry quite a few of them all at the same time. So that is the source of light that we are choosing to use for Steven's subscriber house. And I think it really matches the theme really well. So let's shut this door and place some torches here. And, well, hello. Look at you. I'm just kidding. I knew he was there. This is the last gift that we want to give to Steven. We're going to give him a horse so that when he decides to go out on an adventure, he doesn't have to walk the whole way. And with this sign, it will say property of Steven Yeager. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your comments and for your support. Here is your house. For our second and final subscriber house for this video, you can see I've already placed out the corner blocks so I know where the border is going to be, where we're going to build this. But let me tell you about this particular subscriber. His name is Master TMO, and he has been subscribed to my channel pretty early on and has been commenting on my videos since the very first one and has just been a huge help over the last 18 videos, especially a few videos ago when I built the Iron Farm storage system. He commented on that video and said, "Hey, Blue Jay, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but your design is broken." He said a little bit nicer than that, but that's essentially what it was, is your design is broken. As soon as that chest of iron fills up, it's going to break your sorting system, and you're going to have, a really sad time because it's not going to work anymore. And he not only gave me that feedback, he gave me a solution and an idea and a design so that I could fix it and it would actually work. This is the kind of feedback that I get from Master TMO all the time, and I've actually toured his realm, and that's a frequently asked question that I will get to in just a minute about realms, so hold that thought. I've toured his realm and have seen some of his builds, and he prides himself on not necessarily the design aspect of things, but the technical aspect of things. He's very good with redstone and thinking out how contraptions work and stuff like that. So he has been a huge help with his comments on helping me to realize, when something could be more efficient or when something's broken. And he comments on most all of my videos and is overall really encouraging. So I appreciate his feedback and it's really helpful. So again, nothing wrong with, hey, great video, great job, I really enjoy, the content that you put out. I appreciate those comments as well, but it's also nice to receive feedback on what I could do better, what you guys want to see, and that's the kind of comments that TMO puts in, and the same thing with Steven. They both comment on, what they liked about the videos and what they'd like to see from my channel in the future, and that's really helpful feedback for me to have. So, clue, if you'd like to have a subscriber house, those are the kind of comments that I'm looking for. All right, so while we continue to build this, let me answer the next frequently asked question, and that has to do with realms. So the main question is, do you ever play on realms? And a couple of side questions that come along with that are, can you play on my realm, or can I play on your world, or things associated with the whole multiplayer aspect of Minecraft. So I want to address that because it is a great question, and one of the best things about Minecraft is its ability to connect people, and they can share builds, and they can play together, and it's not just a single-player game, it is also a multiplayer game. There's a whole multiplayer aspect to it, and, there's online mini games, and, on the console edition, they've just released, within the last year, some really cool mini game content that I've yet to try out. I want to, but I haven't done it yet. So multiplayer is a really cool aspect of Minecraft that I really have a great appreciation for, but I just haven't done a ton of it myself. So let me answer each aspect of this question one by one. The first one being, can I play on your realm? Well, yes and no. I'll include my gamer tag in the description of this video, and you're more than welcome to send me an invite, and more than likely I will accept it. I've already toured a couple of worlds from my subscribers, and, it's really fun to be able to go around and see what other people are building and, just engage in that multiplayer aspect of Minecraft. So absolutely, send me an invite to your realm. I'd love to take a look around, but I can't guarantee that I'll be playing there because, like I've said many times before, Minecraft is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job that I work, pretty odd hours. Sometimes I work nights, sometimes I work all day, 9 to 5 kind of stuff. And it's pretty crazy and pretty busy. And I also have a family. I've got, a wife and a kid under a year old and another kid on the way. And it's just, it's pretty busy. So really the only thing that I've got time for right now, since I've started a YouTube series, is to play on my single player world. So while I would love to tour and I would love to take a look around, absolutely send me those invites, but I can't guarantee I'll be playing there. The second question of, second aspect of this question, that is can I play on your world? Can you play on my world? Let me phrase that can you play on the world that you are looking at right now in this video? Yes and no, once again. You can play on it when I release a world download. But anything other than that, no. I'm keeping this to a single-player world strictly because it's a single-player YouTube series, and I don't intend on making this thing multiplayer at any time in the near future, if ever. The third and final aspect of this question is, will I ever start a realm that I can play with subscribers? Possibly. Let me answer it like this. Right now, like I said, I really only have time for my single-player world, but I want to keep an open mind about that because I know that, engaging with subscribers is a really important aspect of the whole YouTube experience, and this subscriber appreciation video is one way to do that. Another way is to do things like open up a Patreon account. I know a lot of YouTubers do that to, gain support, but also to reward people who support the channel in a financial aspect. So, a possible idea could be if you commit to $1 a month, not even a quarter the cost of a Starbucks. So if you commit $1 a month and 8 people do that, then that pays for a realm, and those 8 people can have access to that realm. So it could be like a support-based system where it could reward subscribers who would do that kind of thing. That's just an idea. I'm not saying I'm committed to doing that just yet, but it's a possibility. I might even just open up a realm at some point when there's enough subscribers that could warrant that people want to play on it, and maybe that's just something that I do. So I don't know how that's going to play out yet. It's an idea. It's a possibility. I've got no commitment to it at this point, but I'll keep an open mind about it. Master TMO's house is really starting to come together. I've got the exterior done, and I've gone ahead and laid down some floors on the interior. This thing's looking pretty cool. The next thing that we need to do when we jump in here, you can see that I've kind of walled this off. I've got a couple of different rooms. We need to start decorating. So, same kinds of things that every house would need. We're going to make a kitchen countertop and a stove, because everybody needs a place to cook their food, to smelt their supplies, and that's what we're going to do. So here's our kitchen. Perfect. Awesome. The next thing that we need to do is we will run back in here. This is going to be the bedroom, where TMO can sleep after he's worked long and hard all day long on creating the latest and greatest redstone contraption. That mental work of coming up with a redstone design, it can wear you out, and you might need a place to sleep. So this is where he's going to do that. And we also have a chest where he can store any redstone supplies that he might need for the future. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to come out here and get these bookshelves, because, as you know, any good redstoner is going to need... nope, that's wrong. I need to take that back down. Not 3 high, it's 2 high. Any good redstone designer is going to need a redstone manual, and you find that on a bookshelf. So, happy reading. Enjoy reading up on the latest redstone designs. And the next thing we need to do is build a little seating area where TMO can sit and relax on a couch. Probably not a very comfortable couch because it's made out of wood, but that's the supplies that we have in Minecraft. We also need a kitchen table and some chairs to sit down so that we can eat. And we'll do a little bit of a longer table in here, just like that, so that, Master TMO can invite Steven over when he comes home from his grand adventures, and they can be best buds, and, they can share a meal together. So there's a big enough table to do that. Okay, so I'm going to run out here. It's getting dark. I need to sleep. And, when it's light out again, we're going to start working on some lighting for the inside of TMO's house, because that's pretty important. So we made it through the night, and we're coming back inside, and as promised, TMO is also getting his very own ender chest. So there it is. All right. Yeah, it's like a little closet. You walk in here, you got your ender chest, you got your bed, you can come out here, and Oh yeah, no lighting. We need to fix that. It's getting dark again, so let's place down our glowstone on the frame that we built up there. And not too bad. Oh. Hello, skeleton. Why are you in here? I need to really put a door on that. We need a front door so we can keep all those nasty mobs out of here. Okay, so these lights are pretty similar to the ones that we did in the nether portal room and in the fishing shop. If you saw the very end of that video, I changed the lighting off camera because I wasn't super happy with it, and I didn't really explain that in that video. So if you've watched that and you're like, hey, that lighting is different than you did in your actual tutorial on the video, that's why. So I'll cover that again in the world tour here in a couple episodes when we walk around and see everything. But yeah, these are the lights that that I've been using, and I really like this design. It's really simple, looks really nice, really clean, and you know, it's a source of light that's not a torch. So perfect. All right, I think we're getting close to being done. We've got one more thing that I want to do in here besides put front doors on. We really need front doors. I've got one more thing I want to do, and it's to really complete the design of this house, the theme of this house, and that is the technical aspect with a little bit of redstone. Let's do that. So if you know anything about me personally at all, it's that I really despise clutter, and it's just one of those things that gets on my nerves. And so what we're going to build for Master TMO is we're going to build a redstone trash can so that we can get rid of any unwanted materials that we've just got lying around. And I built one of these over in my skeleton farm, which I've yet to, you know, design and do all the redstone stuff back there, but I do have a trash can so I can throw away all the junk that I don't need manually. I thought I'd show you how to build that on here, and I think that's a really simple but fun design that we can put into the house. It's nice to have a trash can in your kitchen so you can throw away all of your scraps and things you don't need. So we're going to start out this build with a dispenser, and that's the wrong direction. We need to face it the other way, so we'll dig that back up and put our dispenser down right there, and right in front of it, we'll dig out a hole where we can put our lava bucket and dump the lava straight there. Then what we also need to do is we need to get some granite here and cover this back up. It doesn't have to be granite, that's just the first block that I grabbed. We want to cover that up so that it doesn't go anywhere but into the lava. Then we need a redstone comparator right there, and a repeater directly out of that, and then another repeater into that block, and redstone dust all the way around, just like that. That's it. That's the contraption. It's done. Let's test it out by putting, what do I want to get rid of? Birchwood planks. Good enough. So if you saw that redstone light up, that means it worked. The dispenser fired that birchwood plank straight into the lava, and it's gone. It is trash. All right, so what we need to do to get it down here from the top there is we need a hopper line. So we're going to grab our hoppers and place one on top, and then go over here. Should we do behind or on top? We'll do on top, and we'll dig one more row out so there's no blocks on top of it. Oh, look. We dropped some blocks into that hopper, and it's still working. Perfect. Okay. And how are we going to get out of here? Let's go this way. I didn't really fully think this through. Okay, I think this should work. We'll jump up, and I need to dig some more. And once we get level with the hopper line, we'll just go out that direction. Just like that. Where's my hoppers? There they are. Okay, so now we can pillar up. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And now that's flush with the floor. We put our chest right on top of it. Let's grab that. There we go. Perfect. So now what we can do is we can throw down our stone brick stairs to finish off the countertop. So we've got our trash can there and countertops all around. Let's place some dirt in there. Make sure it works. Perfect. And the last thing that we need to do before we call this house complete is drop off our gift for TMO. We've got some assorted redstone supplies, comparators, repeaters, hoppers, some redstone torches, some redstone dust, and a full stack of redstone blocks. Thank you so much for your support, for subscribing, for giving all those comments and help and feedback. Whenever I mess up my redstone designs, you're there to help me out and make my designs a little bit better and a little bit more efficient. So with that, let's grab our signs and we'll go out here and we will name this house for Master TMO right here on this block. And it says property of Master TMO. Here is your house. Thank you so much once again. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for this 100 subscriber special to come to an end. Sadly, unfortunately, it is that time. I just want to say once again a massive, massive thank you to you guys for subscribing, and specifically to the people who have left, massive amounts of feedback and comments and have just been here through thick and thin. I'm really excited for the future of this channel, for the future of this world, and all of the things that we're going to build together. I hope you're enjoying this season so far, and if this is the first video that you've watched, be sure to go back and start from the beginning. It's not too late to start from the front. There's a lot of really great content that you don't want to miss. There's also a lot of really great content coming up that you don't want to miss either. So if you're not already subscribed, please do that. I would really appreciate your support. Join these 105 people that have already subscribed. And stay tuned, because in a couple episodes, episode 20, we are releasing the world download so that you guys can explore this place for yourself. But for now, my name is Blue Jay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.